Alright, good morning everybody. Welcome back here. We already found an opponent, so I have to go over the deck list in just a second. We're on the draw as we always are. I played the modern playoffs last night and I lost to Tron and Amulet Titan. Against Tron I actually just F6'd through a turn by accident, which probably cost me the game. And against Amulet Titan, I think I'll upload the video anyway, so you can see that one as well. And therefore, yeah, that was just crazy. So I made a couple of changes here. Our opponent takes his time with the mulligan. I put one Tasker into the main board. Alright, didn't get so far. We're gonna keep, because we have a smooth 1-2-3 situation here. I think I'm going to start with the Watery Grave. So I guess this could be Death Shadow, but fetching for Steam Vents, that's very unlikely. Usually they go for Watery Grave. Stubborn Denial here on turn 1 is also very unlikely that it's anything else but Death Shadow. Anyhow, I guess on the play this would have been a really good hand. On the draw it's okay, but we don't really have a whole lot. Yeah, alright, it's Grixis Shadow. I think we're just gonna go with the Jace here. If he has removal, so be it. If he doesn't have removal, then he has to think about something. Okay, interesting play. Just playing the Snapcaster Mage here. Which probably means that he has a couple too many Snapcasters in hand, I would assume. So I could see us going Snapcaster Inquisition here, because if he had a Kolaghan's command, he would probably kill the Jace already. And then we can decide on whether or not, or what we want to do. Probably another Snapcaster here. That's looks like what the situation is here. Snap step. Yep. Alright. So kind of what I expected. Could also mean that indeed our opponent does not have additional counter magic in hand, but that's unlikely because no threats and no counter magic is just not really a scenario. Could always be a Gomag Angler, of course, but Dismember. Also interesting play pattern there. I think I'm gonna discard the Black Crypt. Creeping Target will help us at some point, and I need the blue mana. So that's fine. We're definitely gonna block here, as long as our opponent's threat light. Let's have a look. K command, yes. So killing that one, bringing in a Jace. Fail push off the top here. Alright. Good thing about this is we get to bounce that Go Magangla, and it's probably not gonna come back for a bit. And the way he played it also seemed like this is a Kolaghan's command. Oh, right, silence. Alright. We're still playing 2 Dreadbores, so one of those would be great here, of course. Discarding the Gomek Angler, alright. We could, of course, go Kolaghan's command, return Jace. I think that might actually be the best option here, because he exiled both of his removal spells. Stubborn denial, alright. And the Riot Scions, although, you know, looting here is certainly good, it's a pretty weak Planeswalker. It doesn't do anything up until the moment that you can ultimate it. So I think there's at least one more Gomek Angler in hands. Yeah. So let's see what we can do here. Dreadbore is a very good card on the board. So we go with Dreadbore and Kolaghan's command, I guess. Or we go double Dreadbore, which probably is just better here. And for these kinds of situations, Dreadbore is definitely a good pickup. Am I recording? Yep. At some point yesterday, that's also why I didn't post more videos from yesterday, because at some point after game 3, I think, my microphone, like I have a Bluetooth headset, and I just went out too far to open the door, and afterwards my microphone was just muted. I guess it didn't reconnect or whatever. So yeah, that is that. Alright, so he doesn't have a way here apparently to really grow the Death Shadow, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna have a look here at his hand, trying to keep the Death Shadow below 3 up until the moment that... Alright, he's targeting himself with the Lightning Bolt. There's a T-Mobile Rage. Alright, yeah, now I'm interested in what he's going to do, because he actually has to attack the Jace, I think. Otherwise he's just dead next turn. Unless he just top decked the third Stubborn Denial, which is possible, but unlikely I guess. And we can also go, so Brazen Bora here. I'm gonna top the Lightning Bolt here, so that we even have 2 chances of getting that one done. And then removal also won't be good. So let's do this. No, not this way, so that we do have 2 reds. Don't think that there's anything that he could have here, yeah. Alright, so for the sideboard, I don't think I like... The only card that I really want to bring in is Plague Engineer. I'd probably take out Tesker because that's just smaller than anything our opponent does. And on the draw, I will probably also want to take out the Jaces here. Although, the Jaces are still probably better than the Cryptics. Yeah, let's keep the Jaces in and put the Cryptics out. Not great with the Fulminators here, but I think that's still alright. I think I'm actually going to keep the hands. We have a lot of answers here that our opponent will have difficulties to answer. The only issue is, of course, our land base, but we might get lucky. Sometimes you just gotta get lucky. Also, without the Cryptics, our curve is pretty low, so our land to converted CMC average ratio is pretty good. I guess our opponent's gonna take the Serum Visions here. Drown. Interesting. So if we draw land, then I'm gonna go with the Inquisition, I think. Just because I wanna prevent a turn 2 Goma Gangla with Stubborn Denial backup. Alright, failed push, Inquisition. Could also go after the Inquisition here, but I think... So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's 1 short, but with the Inquisition he has it the turn after that. Ah. Maybe we should go after the Inquisition. Slowing him down as much as we can, giving us as many opportunities. That's actually also not a thing, right? Alright, he drew the Thoughtseize. But if he drew a Guamag Angler here, then that's also just good enough to play it this turn. Because I didn't account for the Thought Scour. So let's hope that there is not a Guamag Angler. Alright. Inquisition. So now we know the last two cards in his hand, right? Fail pushing something. Okay. So we got a little bit lucky here. On the land side, I'd say. I'm gonna go with the Warrior Grave here and just play the Plague Engineer because I think that's actually more likely. I mean, of course, at any point in time, you could just draw a fetch land and kill us with a Fatal Push. But in case he just has the option of going with a Snapcaster to replay something from the graveyard, I think this is the better option. So Fatal Push could also, of course, go after our Creeping Tar Pit. We would have another one, so that wouldn't be too bad. Do I want to do that? Or do we just want to wait? I think we're gonna wait here. Up until he uses his Fatal Push. He's down to 8 if we attack here. And then we have a Tar Pit plus a Lightning Bolt, so whenever he goes Fetch Shock, we should be getting there. Dismember? Nope. Alright, so he's maintaining the Fatal Push in hand, which is fair. I guess. But now we have to draw something. Actually, I think we've drawn, yeah, only lands up until now. So now it's time for non-land cards again. Alright, we're gonna try it here. That's an aggressive Snapcaster, yeah. Alright, so anticipated most things correctly. It's just a shame that they had the dismember there one turn early, otherwise we'll probably already get there. Oh, well, we can take a couple of Snapcaster beats, I guess. Okay. Got you. Alright, cool. Quick break and then I'm gonna be back with round number 2. Alright, welcome back here to round number 2. So let's get over the sideboard here real quick now. So I streamlined the sideboard a little bit. We got a little bit more against Burn and Mono Red because that's one of the problematic matchups with Thoughtseizes in the main board. Then we maintain 3 Jigsaw Jailers for Dredge players, Plague Engineer, creatures, and also Infect. Fulminate a big mana. This is a versatile one, and then everything that needs. Why are we always on the draw? Literally always. And it's not only like on Moto. Whenever I'm playing GPs, I'm also always on the draw. Blackleaf Cliffs, no, nothing. That's not good. That is not good. We have a Brazen Borer just in case. Alright. And that's also not good. Drowning Loch is pretty good here because so what I'm doing is I'm gonna fetch this for a basic to play around the Fulminator Mage. Drown can kill the Living Ant, but from the sideboard we actually don't have any play here against Living Ant. So if he's going with Living Ant here and now, then we do have a problem. And the Jace is actually enabling, like, Violent Outburst, not, but the other one. Yeah, alright, he's going for it. He's definitely going for it. Yeah, I mean, I had to have. Now let's go to game 3. 2. Alright. Couple of switch ups here. So at first I wanted to go for a very streamlined game 2 here where we just race our opponent. But then I realized being on the play, the Fulminator Mages are just basically free. Alright, can keep this. I want to go basic, then Lodging Not up. Probably also the one with this, so I'm gonna push this one. Blood Crypt, Cassie Wolf Run. That is a pretty slow hand. So he needs green to do anything. And therefore I'm probably not going with the Seven Spirit Guide here. Could just get rid of the Arcfiend of Ifnir, but I think Violent Outburst is the right pick here. His opponent apparently found something. That's actually pretty alright. Two traps. Well, at that point, we're almost at a... like, this is just red, so... At some point, we should probably also just go for the Summon Spirit Guide to reduce his mana capabilities. I think Mystic Sanctuary is not super important here. Just next turn, Spirit Guides with the Inquisition, and whenever we catch some sort of lol. I thought that was only countering blue spells. Well, that's not great, of course. But I guess, oh, we can just counter this here for one. No way. Oh, that's pretty sick. Oh, it's still our spell. Alright, so I could have just discarded the Logic Knot. I thought he would then get to choose. That was, of course, not great. So Snapcaster. I think we just need to go with the Thoughtseize here, just in case he has something. So Living Hand in Hand. Don't know if I mind that. 3 Ricochet traps. Yeah, have it your way. I think I'm just gonna get back a Logic Knot here with... Oh no, we discarded Mystic Sanctuary. Never mind. That's working out very good here. Alright, so our opponent hasn't done anything yet. If we can get a lightning bolt, like something like that, that would be great. K command is also good. So now, because now he can't living end anymore, right? The fairy is in the bin. Like, he needs another fairy to stifle our Snapcaster Mage plus Lightning Bolt, and we also have the Torpid on the battlefield. So I think that's too many asks here for opponent to. Oh. All right. Let's see what we can do. So apparently he's working a lot with ricochet traps over Veil of Summer. Haven't seen any of those. So I'm putting in another Collective Brutality. Tasker is something that allows us to maintain a certain degree of flexibility with our counterspells, and the Fulminator Mages so the good thing is with Collective Brutality we can discard creatures, so I could theoretically go with like a Scorpion God and Kalitas here, because Scorpion God is probably still good on many board states. Just 2 Kalitases. Or of course we just maintain our Fulminator Mage package. But being on the draw, that's of course somewhat worse. I want to maintain Jace due to the fact that he can also get rid of creatures for us. Yeah, I think we're maintaining the Fulminated package. If we can get rid of like resources and stuff. Leyline. Lol. Okay. So I want to get down the Jace first. Hope that the Leyline and the Mulligan to hit the Leyline will slow our opponent down a little. Alright, this is looking like our opponent is looking for lands. Otherwise I don't see a reason. Alright, yeah, he was looking for lands there. And found another land. So Violent Outburst is not a thing here just yet. Well, good. Good that we have so many things here. So Ricochet Trap is again a little bit problematic here because it could also just have us bounce our own Jace. Oh. Thought so. That didn't seem to work though. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Fuck me. I guess we are discarding. No, I don't want to discard Mystic Sanctuary because we could get into a situation where we need to cryptic. So I think I just start discarding this random stuff. Yeah, but this is an insane flood. Also being on the draw here, of course. And there it goes. And now we must have Violent Outburst. So I'm not doing anything, just to hopefully find something. It's insane. It's insane that we aren't finding anything that's helpful here. Just randomly shocking cards, so that he's going for it. I mean, we have 2 draws a turn. 2 fucking draws a turn. We just don't hit anything. It's insane, man. It's insane. Insane. If our opponent knew here. That we just didn't have balls here. Are you fucking with me? Is this a fucking joke? Now he's going for it. Great. Cool. It's insane. It's such fucked up shit, Moto. Fuck you. Honestly. It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. It's not even getting better. It is not getting better. And now we're just dead. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 out of our 20 cards. Cool. Don't see how we win this. Like, we don't even survive a single turn here. There's just nothing. I've never felt this way in a game of Magic playing Grixis. Like, there's literally, we played 6, this is our 7th turn, and there's just nothing I can do. Like, literally nothing. Well, that was kind of, I don't know, not fun. Howie, so we're playing against Grixis Shadow again, I guess. Mm, yep. Nope. John Shadow. Interesting. Four color Shadow. Sultai Shadow. Could also just be Grixis with a green splash. Oh yes, cryptic commands. That's exactly what I want here. More cryptics. Thank you. After last game where they didn't show up whatsoever, this game we get them all. Yeah, this is gonna be rough. Don't really see us winning this. Unless our opponent doesn't find a threat here. Which is possible, but unlikely, I guess. Close. Getting back on the card advantage train here. Just playing that top tier. What the fuck? Okay. GG's, I guess. So Tesker is too small again. I guess Augmented Charm is pretty good. I don't want to have Cryptics. Boop, 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 boop. Here I think actually... No, actually, maybe Tesker in the side of... yeah, let's put these two in. Man, we're playing the weirdest games here this morning. The absolute weirdest. Also great that he has an upkeep stop at his own turn. All the time. Yep, Augmented Charm I do understand, because it's basically a removal spell here. Tesker, not great yet, also, especially with so many logic nodes in the mix. But hey, why would we expect a good hand here? at any point in time. Let's see if our opponent actually finds threats this time around. So, don't want to have a second red. Is there anything that is double black? No, there isn't, right? So I'm just gonna go with another steam vent so that we don't get into a situation where we can't double bolt enough turn. Probably taking the Snapcaster Mage here, I guess. But as long as possible, I'll just maintain having two logic nodes up here, especially now with a Brazen Borer in the mix. I'm just gonna play it because although opponent does have potential removal, cannot really activate it right now. And it looks like a Sultai list, so if there's no if there's no red for Teemo Bell Rage, cast once upon a time, doesn't find anything. Man, so much fun. Why aren't you targeting me, my friend? There's a Tarmogoyf and a Bloodstained Mire, so maybe there was something after all. Yeah, good games, opponent, good games. See you in round number 3. Alright, we're continuing on our weird journey this morning. It's really been a clusterfuck so far. Both in terms of gameplay and in terms of deck diversity, I want to say. Later on, I might also consider playing another league with Spirits here, because that was actually quite enjoyable. And it's just it's a weird hand again, man. It's just a weird hand, but we're on the draw, I guess, and we have a Serum Visions plus Brazen Bora, depending on what we need to do. We can sculpt our game plan around that. And now playing against humans. Yep. Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is, since I want to go Brazen Bora turn 2, I think I'm gonna go and fetch for a Steam Seer, Serum Visioning, whoops. Tasker, no. Inquisition, no. Just want to have removal spell, please. Just removals. So hopefully our opponent is actually short or light on mana, so that bouncing the Ether Vial actually makes a whole lot of sense. Horizon Canopy implicates that there indeed is not more than 2. And this is a Thalia and we have a problem. Yeah. The best possible start for our opponent. Whilst we are somewhat experiencing difficulties here. But I would say let's go with the Jace first. Maybe we can climb back into this. Actually, I mean, if we had known it would have been humans, of course, we wouldn't have kept this. But on the other hand, if this is a Reflector Mage, now I'm just conceding. Anything else, we would have probably had a really good hand here. And humans is just not a deck that's in the meta anymore. Has seen a slight resurgence recently because it put two decks in the top 8 of AGP. That's also strange, like copying a champion of the parish here. And there's the Reflector Mage. Deputy of Detention. It's even worse for us. So Kolaghan's Command isn't a thing yet. I guess we could go for a champion here. Or try blocking. Cool. We have to shock anyway at some point, so no, we're not getting there anymore. Don't want to show him that we're actually playing black because the actually the Young Major Charm is a little better than the Logic Note here. Just due to the fact that we can steal on the one hand we're on the play, on the other hand we can steal both Aether Vials and Champions and Noble Hierarchs. So that's pretty good. Serum Vision is significantly better on the play than on the draw. I'm thinking about boarding them out on the draw. This we can keep. Scalding Tor in this case, probably going to be a Blood Crypt. Alright, so going with the Lightning Bolt here doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, so what I'm doing is fetching for Blood Crypt. And then, well, now it does make sense. Never mind. Warrior Champion. Okay. So I want to have the Kalitas, so I'm keeping up mana here for either going with Snapcaster, blocking and then killing something, or potentially countering something, but yeah, of course he was either hiding the caverns or just drawing that there. I guess this is time for Snapcaster Mage killing the Noble Hierarch before the Meddling Mage comes down, because otherwise I don't think they're gonna hit anything that we are currently keeping in our hands. I want to go after the Noble Hierarch here, not only to stifle the mana, but because Noble Hierarch in combination with the Warrior Champion can be really problematic. Death Shadow, yeah, you don't know what deck we're on actually. So I'm good with that. So I'm gonna say, let's see if he does have, well, actually, if he thinks that we're indeed Death Shadow, then it's very possible that he... I'm just gonna kill it anyway. No, actually I'm not. Just playing the Jace here and passing the turn. Because then it's very possible that he kept in the Reflector Mages, and I don't want to go Kalitas just being bounced. So we'll see if he goes after our Jace, then we play Kalitas, etc, etc. A Mantis Rider, sure. But that also probably indicates that there is indeed no... I want to have this as always, yes. Oh, I can't. Yet. Alright, so taking the damage here, then I think I'm just gonna go after the Meddling Mage here to not lose a whole lot of tempo. We can flip the Jace, kill the thing, or we just yeah, probably just this. and then play the Kalitas. I would imagine that he would have bounced the Jays if he had a Reflector Mage. That might be a mistake, of course, but I think it's still alright to assume that. Because now, if he doesn't bounce our Kalitas, then next turn we should be able to kill at least 2 creatures. Unless this is spiraling completely out of control right now. Guess this name's drawn in Loch. That also means that there is no Reflector Mage indeed. Death Shadow, okay. Alright, this is a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we can still kill 2 things. But the Auric Champion keeps Kalitas in check, which is a little bit of a problem. At some point we can of course just tick up with the Jace on the Auric Champion to reduce the power there, but we will still not gain life, so we will have to somehow rid ourselves of the Air Force here first. So don't have a whole lot of spells that can really get rid of that Auric Champion. And our opponent doesn't care, just going for us here. Okay. So, how do we actually get rid of that? Okay, so now I'm just gonna go 2 modes, minus and that. So now we have a good stable ground force here, but still can't beat anything in the air. And also additional copies of... Oh yeah, no, we have Brazen Bora. That is good. That's definitely good. I guess it's just starting to crack here. Yeah. So our main goal here is to somehow find Brazen Boras to bounce that Auric Champion before really bad things start to happen. And or a, yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. Worst possible case here that he finds a Noble Hierarch for his last card. Alright, yes, we're blocking. Yeah, I think I want to have the life here. It's not perfect because obviously he could still draw a Reflector Mage and then we just lose this here. Vedalken. What might that be? Oh yeah, it's Deputy of Detention, sure. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're gonna block whatever so that I can use Serum Visions to find something. Alright, Ether Vial. So our opponent's also officially out of gas here. And we want to have a couple of things. Best case scenario would probably be finding something like a Plague Engineer plus another removal spell here off the top. Or just nothing, I guess. Yeah, we're just gonna fetch. This is so retarded. That's the same shit all over again, like we're drawing so many lands all the fucking time. This is just insane. This is just insane. So mad here. So mad. Just insane. I mean, we're the deck that's playing Serum Visions, right? How is everybody else finding what they need? Alright. So I guess something's gonna attack our Jace. Interesting. Huh? Okay. I don't think that was correct here. Like, I honestly think this was a huge punt. Because where we had a problem just a second ago, we're right back in the middle here. So what can I do? What can I do? I think we're just keeping the Creeping Tar Pit back to block if we really want to. And otherwise we're just bouncing stuff and playing the Nimble as well. What's he attacking? He's attacking Jace indeed. Alright. So there's something coming. Probably another Auric champion. Nimble would actually be pretty good here, but can't have everything, I guess. Alright, so I'm gonna bounce this Auric champion here by the end of turn so that I can actually attack with Kalitos again. It's not great, it's not pretty, but I think that's the course of action here. Didn't I say always trigger? So at least that's gone now as well. Do I want to attack with everything? Yeah, I do, right? Don't I? No, because of the meddling mage, I probably don't. Alright, so only Auric champion, and now it's time for our Plague Engineer to make appearance here. Everything else is just retarded. Yeah, you can't really attack. Oh, you can, I guess. But in this case, like, I'm not gonna block with the Creeping Tar Pit. I know I could, but I actually want to attack with it, since Kalitas is basically on defense only here. What the fuck? So obviously, well, that is actually good for us, because we could have definitely lost this still. It would have been difficult, but we could have lost it still. Alright, so I think I need to keep the Serum Visions just to find some sort of creatures. I'm gonna go with one Encryptic, I think. Just to have an additional option of bouncing stuff. Okay, I want to say it's a decent hand. Decent hand. It's not great, because it could be way too slow, but we shall see. Very much depends on whether or not us drawing here a land. No land. So I guess Inquisition is the play here, right? This is gonna be a Blood Crypt, trying to slow opponent down, especially in terms of Thalia. Alright. So on the plus side, all of these cards have 1 toughness. Negative is that I think I'm just gonna take the champion here, to be honest. Because that's the only good combo that he has there. Yeah, I'm going with the champion, hoping that we will get one turn where he just stumbles on mana, so that I can set up the Plague Engineer. Because then Auric Champion, like, he's not gonna name Meddling Mage on Plague Engineer, I get. What do you want to have? Like, you just drew a land, you can't have anything else with 1 mana. Fucker. Alright, so I guess not a whole lot has changed. He's found a land, which is somewhat annoying, but I planned with that. Let's just get rid of the Cerevisions here before it gets stuck in our hand. This could be top, but I'm gonna put it to the bottom, and this is also gonna be top. And now we just hope that Plague Engineer is really wreaking havoc here, because there's a couple of really good things. There's only one unknown card in his hand, and as long as that's not a Thalia's Lieutenant here, I think things could be looking decent. Come on. Not Plague Engineer. Not Plague Engineer. Not Plague Engineer. Not Plague Engineer. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt. You haven't seen a Plague Engineer yet. Don't name it. Don't name it, dude. Although otherwise we just have a Dread Boar that we can also cast. Jade's Rune's Prodigy, alright. That is something that I can actually deal with. So now play your Thalia or whatever. Not a Thalia's Lieutenant though, please. You're not playing Thalia. What is wrong with you, dude? Well, then I'm gonna do stuff differently here. Then I'm gonna go with the Kolgan's command and getting rid of these two. First. Alright, so now everything but Athalia's Lieutenant is fine with me. Doesn't look like Athalia's Lieutenant, very good. Why do we have the Augmented Charm again? Human, thank you, GG. Yeah, and that's Reflector Mage, which we counter by Dread Boring it plus playing Jace. So we have a good turn there as well. And then things should start looking ugly for our opponent. Augmented Charm is also a good backup. Could have also gone with a Snapcaster and an Inquisition, I guess, but what is he playing? Oh yeah, Deputy of Detention. I always forget what he's naming the Dalton for. So this is a Deputy, I guess. Yep. So we want to have a Steamens here. And I think I'm just killing the, the Deputy of Detention here first, before I redeploy the Plague Engineer. Just because Our hand is somewhat clunky and we don't really have any removal spells here. Again. And therefore having options is better than just getting the Plague Engineer down here. Why are you naming Trade-off get here? Like, I don't understand this. Like, you know we have Plague Engineer. Oh, Foresight 2020. Yeah, let's discard this. It's so sad that Brazen Borer can't bounce one's own permanence. Because then that card would be really good. This way it's okay. Alright guys, 3-1. At least got some diversity in there now. So let's see what we catch in round number 5. Alright, welcome back here to round number 5. In a league that has been weird so far. Very, very weird. In the yellow submarine. You know, there are a couple of songs that you sing in like high school or even below, like elementary school, and you like for the rest of your life you can't get rid of them. Some nasty jingles in your ear. Yellow Submarine is definitely one of mine. Come on, opponents. We're on the play for the first time, maybe ever. We're gonna keep. It's insane. It's absolutely insane, people. Our logic notes are actually good on turn 2. Potentially. Definitely not another Snapcaster Mage, please. But Lance is fine. Yes, Tron. Glad you're back. Good old friend Tron. Yeah, we're gonna go bouncy bouncy. And there was a very similar situation, just I did have a little bit of a stronger hand without Snapcasters. Like in yesterday's playoffs, where I just skipped this turn, where I just couldn't bounce it because, for that very reason. Oh, alright. We're actually playing against Eldrazi Tron here. That's different. That is different. Yes. uh, Eldrazi natural. Great. Can't counter it. I knew. Like, if Moto gives us a decent hand, they definitely make sure that our opponent gets a better one. Yeah, I mean, we can't do anything. So, that's alright. Also, I don't think we've even cast Kalitas once. Hello, I want to cast this. I'm not too certain if this card is actually worth it. Although this is definitely a matchup where it could be good, just not against a reality smasher. Cool. Plague Engineer we could bring in for games 3 and swap them out with Brazen Borer, but right now just want to have the option of countering or bouncing Chalices. Like, I really want to like Tesker, just it's just not working out with the two of us. I could, of course, bring in Thought Scour again. Maybe I'll also do that. Just giving it a try with Thought Scours. Although I'm still not. Oops. Yeah. Okay. This time. Come on, Moto. Don't fuck me again. But I have to admit, I'd much rather play against Eldrazi than against Green Tron. Not so much because of the power level of the decks, but more because it's more enjoyable to play against. Right, opponent kept So turn 2 will be Serum Visions and tapped Steam Vents. Or not. Oh, we're still going to do that. Drown is not good yet, and the Swarm is also not very good yet. There's the Chalice, obviously. But now, like, I actually thought about this. There's another Visions. Because now I actually want to bounce the expedition map here. Before he can do anything with it. So that he's indeed blocking himself here with that Chalice. Could be an Eldrazi Temple into Thought-Knots here, of course. But that's not the case. Mindstone, yep. Alright. So we're gonna go with the Cryptic first, otherwise we're just deploying the Brazen Borer. So part of me wants to fetch for a Swamp here to facilitate a Kalitas potentially, but taking another 2 damage here seems not super great. So I'm going after the Oasis Mine here, and then next turn I'm trying to kill the Mind Stone and getting back our Fulminator Mage. Smasher. So now we have to do stuff differently, of course. I'm not even sure if getting back the Fulminator Mage makes a lot of sense, but I still want to keep him under pressure here, I believe. So return and destroy, because otherwise he's just going to discard the expedition map anyway. And dismember. I already thought so. But that's good because there's only one unknown card in hand. And where's this tower as well? So I think I'm gonna bounce the chalice now and then go with Serum Visions and Inquisition. Hmm. Huh. Smasher certainly isn't good for us. We could put the cryptic command back on top, I guess. But that will only buy us a turn. I'm gonna put the Serum Visions back on top. To hopefully find an answer. And otherwise we have to get rid of that Scavenger Grounds. First. Where's my big guy if I need it? Alright, so I'm gonna play the Snapcaster Mage. Targeting Serum Visions again. Damn you. La 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 la. It's honestly insane how bad we're drawing here. Oh, we're trading 3 for 1 and 4 damage, which is just a great trade. And we just can't fucking get Scoping God or Walking Ballista. And a Thousand as well. Reality Smasher at least, alright. So, this one... Come on, Kalitas. Close. Very, very close. So I guess what are we gonna do? We have to use the Snapcaster Mage before stuff really happens, and I think the only reasonable line here is to go Kolaghan's Command. Return target player and target player discards a card, so that we can either discards the Cavern, which is fine, or he discards a creature, which is also fine. Alright. So because I think the last creature in his hand might be a Thought-Knot Seer. If it's a Reality Smasher, I mean... No, it won't be a Reality Smasher. But we always, like, achieve stuff that is really, really... Yeah, alright, Walking Ballista. Alright, so we've managed to play this entire game here, seeing way over 30 cards in our deck, and we haven't found a single Red Boar, not a single Drone Loch, nothing. Alright, that's it for today. I don't think that the magic gods are with us here. I'm gonna take out all that random stuff here again. And yeah, so enjoy your week, guys. Enjoy whatever luck you have, because it's seldomly a thing. Have a good weekend, people.